How can I obtain Final Fantasy Adventure for a mobile phone in the US? A little backstory. The first quasi-RPG I ever played was Final Fantasy Adventure. At that time, I was quite the platformer fan, and NES Zelda games, although moderately fun, never caught my attention for long. One day at a flea market I picked up Final Fantasy Adventure for a couple bucks, and I fell in love with the experience of leveling up, weapon selection, and getting engaged in the story. I was hooked, and from then on I was a hardcore RPGer. Because of its personal history, FFA has a special place in my gaming heart. Every few years I pull out my old cart, slap it in my old school GB, and play it for a few hours. It doesn't matter where my saved file is, I've practically memorized what to do from any place in the game. And it's always still just as enjoyable as its initial discovery. Today, I learned that back in 2006 a Japanese version was released for mobile phones that was quite similar to the original, but with updated graphics. As an Uber fan, I must play this game. Sorry, I'm still a bit excited. The problem is I live in the US and I would have no clue how to obtain a mobile game from an international market. Can this be done? Is there an emulator for such a thing, and, if so, where can I find it? I don't mind that the game's text will be in Japanese. I can't read it, but, honestly, I don't have to. Yes, I get it. I'm a bit of an obsessive nerd. Any help, however, is much appreciated. Thanks. I know that FFA isn't a typical RPG. However, it did have RPG elements, and it led me to other games in the FF storyline. I fell in love with the traditional RPG style as much as I had the action RPG style of FFA, and I've never looked back. Question from user RLH at Gaming at Stack Exchange. Answer. I don't know about the cell phone version, but you may be able to find copies of the Game Boy Advance version, Sword of Mana, which had an English release. It incorporated many of the changes to later games in the series. Speaking of the series, Final Fantasy Adventure is actually part of the Seiken Densetsu or Mana series of games. It has 3 direct sequels. Secret of Mana SNES. Seiken Densetsu 3 Super Famicom, no US release. Dawn of Mana PS2. It also has 4 spin-offs. Legend of Mana PS1, similar style to the second and third games. Children of Mana DS, a dungeon crawler. Heroes of Mana DS, a tactical RPG. Friends of Mana mobile phone, no US release, no idea. Answer from user 2974 at Gaming at Stack Exchange.